we will try to learn about Google Forms. Now, as we know already that due to COVID-19 pandemic, we are stuck into our homes. Due to that, the education field has been totally affected. So any activity we have to perform through online itself. So even classes are going on online. Collecting information or data is also done through online with the help of Google Forms. So today we'll try to learn what are the various uses of Google Forms and how to create and generate Google Forms for collecting the data. That we'll try to learn today. So if you see on the screen, today we'll learn about uses of Google Forms, how to create Google Forms, and how to assign and share Google Forms. So as we know, in the today's competitive world, everyone requires data. You can take example of government, you can take example of schools, we can take different companies. They require customers' data, they require employees' data. Government requires information about people, regarding population, regarding collection of tax. The income tax department will try to collect information about how much income is earned, how much tax can be collected. So everywhere you see data is used. So to gather and to collect the data, Google Forms can be used, through which you can track, you can analyze the data, and based on the data, action can be taken, a productive action can be taken, so that output is productive. So Google Forms are used for different purposes. It can be used for conducting surveys, collecting feedbacks of different programs or events, then conducting assessments or exams online, then collecting proposals of different programs, collecting responses from different public, what we can call respondents, then collecting information for registration of different events, reservations, and also even for conducting quiz. So Google Forms, what is a survey first of all? Survey, as we know, the best example for that is population. Once in a decade, government will collect information about each and every person throughout country to count or to know what is the population of the country. So similarly, forms can be distributed through online to collect information about students, about parents, about staff and community, through which we can collect or we can conduct different types of surveys. Then after collecting the data or surveys, we can go for tracking the information through Excel form. Whatever data you have collected, it will be automatically coming into a spreadsheet, that is MS Excel file, through which you can analyze and you can take some important decisions, or you will be getting the knowledge from that from the entire population, how many are males, how many are females, right? What is the age of the persons living in the family, how many are educated, how many are married, how many are unmarried, Like this, all the different types of data we can try to collect. Then surveys can be student interests, opinions we can collect, parent information we can collect. Okay, so for that we can go for collecting parent information form. Even poll also we can collect in the form of one question form, quick and easy, closed ended, directly to the point, and the same information, same data we can display in the form of graphs also. Even in the schools and colleges, the forms can be used for different purposes, like making a form for students to use when turning in a late work, can provide details and link to digital work. In forms, responses can be used, get email notifications and responses, and automatically we can send the emails also. Then students can be, if they are entering into classes, we can check out at what time they are coming in, at what time they are going out. Okay, even we can perform assignments, we can give the assignments to the students, we can verify it online with the help of what we can call forms. As I said earlier, even we can go for conduct assessments also. We can grade the quizzes by giving different types of questions. Closed-ended questions, you will be having different types of apps, forms and quizzes. Even you can give answers, we can give the questions required, we can even assign the marks for each and every point. Okay. Then flipped classroom. What is flipped classroom? I will create one LMS, learning management system, just like we are having Moodle. There I'll create a website, I'll enroll all the students of my class, and I'll give one audio or assignment or video, and by seeing the video or listening the audio, they have to provide the answers. So in that self-made, self-explanatory assessment we can do with the help of Google Forms also. Then learning and creating. Teachers can use Google Form to share their ideas, experiences and reflections, and the same we can see in the spreadsheet also. Then assigning forms in the Google Classroom, you can create assessment, you can choose classes, you can give titles, instructions you can give, due date, topic, okay, and attach the form also. Now we will try to learn how to create a Google form. For that, first requirement is we have to create, or you should have, a Google account, Gmail account. Okay. After that, when you create a Google account, then we have to log into your account, and right side corner you will be having a grid, or you can say 3x3 dot grid you will be having at the right side top corner, through which we can go for accessing Google Drive to access the Google Forms. As shown in the picture, you can see in the right side bottom here, this type of dots can be seen. You can see grid, 3x3 matrix of grid, through which if you click on that, you will be getting the different apps of Google along with the Google Drive and Google Forms. How to create a new Google form? So after clicking to Google Drive, we can click on the new option. Okay, from that you can go for Google Forms, Google Form, and you can go for blank or templates. Okay, so these are the steps I am giving to you so that you can understand clearly, easily. If you select a template, you will be getting a ready-made designs. You will be having quiz, you will be having responses, collecting information, contact information. Different types of ready-made templates are available in the Google form. Then if you select suppose blank Google form, then it will be appearing like this. We have to be giving, we should give first name of the form, and then if you see at here we will be having some different buttons by which you can go for changing the background. We can preview how your form looks after creation, and some settings also we can do here. Okay, and here if you want that the customer or the student we require response from him compulsorily, then we'll be having an option called as require a response. So whatever name we'll give here, automatically that becomes a file name. Okay, and as we are accessing the Google form, automatically it will save it. Again, we should not select save. Okay, right. Now next we can add different types of elements. After giving one question, if you want to go for add one more question, you can add a question here by clicking on this particular button, add question. Same way we can add text as a header. We can even add images as shown in here. You can see images added here by clicking on this. Even we can add video also. By seeing that video, that students or public has to give the response. And if you want to break your questions, suppose if you are giving 20 questions, I want to make 2 sections of 10 each or 4 sections of 5 each. So we can divide your questions into sections wise also by clicking on this particular button. Then you will be having here different types of questions are available to us. So depending upon the nature of questions, what you want or response, what you require, based on that you can select the different types of questions available to us. We can go for short or long answers, multiple choice questions, checkbox or drop down, uploading a file. Sometimes you will be having events where payment is required or photo is to be added. So at that time we can go for upload a file. Then Likert scale, then grade, date and time. These are the various options, types of questions available in the Google form. So based on our requirement we can select. Then we'll be having an option called as settings. At the right top corner you will be having settings, where you'll be having first general settings. First is email requirement, then how many times a respondent should respond to the form, whether one time or it can be number of times. So he'll be having one option called as limit to one response. If you doesn't click on this, what happens? A person can give the responses n number of times, where duplication increases. So that we have to keep in mind. Then we'll be having sending or sharing the form. Here you can share the form through link or even through email also we can send the Google form, which is convenient, which is beneficial. Based on that we have to select. Then we can change the background. He will be having one option as we have discussed in the previous slide. You will be having a theme option. We can change the color. If you are interested, if you can go for inserting an image, or already some themes are available, you can even select the ready-made themes, or you can go for selecting your own custom designed image. Then how to see the responses given by the students or maybe respondents. So after getting this, you can see even individual or summary of responses here. Here we will be having 2 tabs. One is question tabs and one is response tab. Okay, here you can see there are 32 responses given. Okay, so that you can see in the responses. Here you can see total. Okay, then all this information will be available for you or for us in a spreadsheet format. You can see here one green button is there with plus sign, indicates that it is a Excel file. Okay, and this is how we can see the different information what we have asked to the respondents will be downloaded in an Excel sheet. So this is how we have learned today the Google form starting to finish. Thank you very much. If you are having any questions, you can ask. Enough for today. If you are having any type of doubts, you can mail to me on this particular email ID. Thank you very much.